Well, good evening. Finished the left side tonight. One of those type of every tool in the drawer type of days. Most unusual tool was the strap tie down I had to use in order to persuade the basically the disc brake. It's not the knuckle, I know. I can't think of their name right now. Anyway, to persuade that to twist in order to conform to the strut. And then the strut was able to, the holes were able to line up. I was able to tap the bolts in, and that was a nightmare fiasco. Only broken part was the ABS sensor bracket. Ended up grinding off the nut that was on there. The nut was welded on at the factory. So anyway, real quick, there's a workbench, a whole bunch of tools, a whole lot of fun today. Wilton vise there, it's another project for another day. Back of the car, again, poor lighting. I'll get a light. Another high quality professional video that a user uploads to their Google Drive. Anyway, there's a new strut tower. Bolts are all torqued down. I'll comment on all the torque specs and the nut sizes later, socket sizes later. There's the old parts. The strut was actually shot. And then not only that, but the strut mount, which is there on the right side of the picture, the internal part was all, the rubber totally disintegrated. So the metal was bouncing around on the inside, which is exactly why I was getting all the noise. And then there's an old strut boot. It's about the only salvageable part. I might actually save it. And it's got a part number on it. It's almost the same part number as the new part. There's the right side setup. Again, everything's pretty much all brand new. All of that's Mopar. Actually says SRT on the little barcode sticker. Anyway, taking a look over here, showing you the completed job on the left hand side. Saw a comment earlier, forget who it was, about the stabilizer end link. Yeah, the bushing's a little bit worn, but that's a different project for a different day. It's really easy to climb back underneath the car, especially now that I've pulled all the bolts apart, lubricated them and everything. Had to bend the brake line just a little bit. There's a original caliper, 15 years old now. Is that right? Yeah. And then, oops. There's the ABS bracket with a new bolt. Advanced Auto was able to have a bolt. It was actually the same spec. I think it was 9.8. So that was a bonus. Didn't take anything else apart. Just did the strut. Cleaned up the spring. There's a new strut boot. iPad doesn't want to conform. And there's everything all the way to the top. New upper mount. Something to note, if anybody decides to be picky and these cars ever get judged someday, the coating is not fully sprayed up inside the well. So if anybody decides to show these cars someday, which I highly doubt, but you never know, that's the inside of the well. It wasn't fully sprayed. Looked like it might have been masked off or something. And then there was a little shot of overspray that they didn't really follow through with. And I'll end up, I pulled out the splash shield. I'll clean that all up, put that back in there. And that's about all for tonight. It's only 10:45, but it feels like it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, have a good night. I'll work on the other side tomorrow because I have to. Got to go to work the next day. See you later.